Hey, what are you doing?
Reading 1988 Starman, issue number 6, like all people.
Did you figure out what we're doing for the first episode yet?
Well, I was thinking we should do probably like a Batman story.
Is it the Killing Joke?
I thought we should do a Batman story, and I figured there's like 4
Is it the Killing Joke?
There's 4 Batman stories that I would like to look at.
Is it the Killing Joke?
It's the fucking Killing Joke!
Alright, well you have it right on the table.
Welcome to the Labs Comic Fan Show. I'm Steve, and with me is...
I'm Amanda.
This is a show about someone who used to read comic books as a child, but got out of it and basically didn't know where to start getting back into it because it had changed, let me tell you. So me and her tried to figure out when I stopped reading, but we're just gonna say around 97. We're gonna say like 97 I stopped. So we had little ideas about what to do, and obviously you saw from the beginning what book we're doing, and we're gonna get right into the Killing Joke, Amanda.
Sounds good.
First of all, we did not get the regular edition. I didn't know that I had ordered the deluxe edition, and the main difference is the art has been retouched up, but the coloring is done actually by Brian Bolland instead of John Higgins. So that's the major difference, and it pops. Like, I remember when I first opened this, one of the first things I said to you is like, this doesn't look like what I remember, man. But I had read this book, I think I was like 13 or 14, not when it came out, because I didn't have a comic book shop near me. I had to go to the library, and they would get books like way later. You know, they'd have a bunch of like random crazy trades that made no sense. It was like Blue Beetle and Starman go to the moon, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But so Amanda, when you first saw this, what did you think when you saw the presentation of the trade?
I thought the cover is really neat, especially the paper cover.
Mm-hmm.
That's a creepy looking smile for one.
Yes. Obviously.
And I noticed that they did a little, not necessarily play on words, but play on language. The camera is a joke maker camera. They have it written in German.
Yes, Witzmacher, or however. There's also another thing on here that looks like it says Joker, but it's like, it looks Russian too.
Yeah, but it's not Russian.
No, it's not. I thought that the presentation of it was great. I thought the presentation was good. It looks great. It has a foreword by Tim Burton and a couple of other things. They added a whole bunch of stuff after the actual story. They did like bonus gallery biographies, the origin of the Joker.
Yeah, their index, their contents page, even like the whole beginning before you get to the story, it's all skewed and like almost like you're looking at it from Joker's perspective.
Right.
Like nothing is normal and straight.
Right. So I mean, I gave the presentation on this like a high. It had me, kind of excited right from the beginning. So this story is about Joker trying to prove a point to Batman and Commissioner Gordon, and basically to himself, I think, that one bad day is all it takes for you to go crazy. Because Joker had a very, very bad day.
Yeah. The way Joker thinks in this and like how he puts us all together just to prove a point
is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And to me, it doesn't seem like it's the actions of a crazy person. It seems like it's an action of someone who's trying to justify what they've done.
Very, very calculated. Very calculated. And I think that's kind of what Batman, gets to later on in the book. So, I mean, it starts off with Batman going to see Joker, and they have this interesting conversation about, well, Batman talks to him and has a conversation, and he talks like, I'm thinking me and you, we're going to end up killing each other. Perhaps you, perhaps me. It's one of those conversations where you're just like, this doesn't sound like real talking. Even in comic books, it didn't sound like real talking.
Yeah, he was having a heart-to-heart with them.
He was. But it ended up not being the actual Joker. And it was a guy in makeup. And Batman was pissed. So what did you think of that? Like, I remember seeing that and I was just like, well, you know, you can't think too hard about comics because it'll drive you nuts. You know, you have to just take it with a grain of salt, because I was like, now wait a minute, is this a guard or is this another inmate? Because when Batman grabs him, he's like, hey, I got rights and stuff, so I'm thinking it's another inmate. But how did they get,
That's what I
Doesn't
thought.
matter. Doesn't matter. Because guess what? Joker's buying a carnival. It could have been a toy store or any of the other things. But he buys a rundown, dilapidated carnival. And then we finally get the first flashback, which was done really cool. Only certain things are in color, and it's really neat. And you know what's weird? He reminds me of Lyle Lovett. He does. He looks like Lyle Lovett, the Joker.
Or Rick Rolls.
But so we find out that the Joker's married, and he's like a struggling comedian, and he can't make anybody laugh. And it makes kind of sense, because every time you hear the Joker's jokes, they're really not funny. Like, even, I'm talking about through everything. Like, you know, I never really sat there and was like...
he does a lot of, like...
He's crazy.
Wordplay, like, spins on situation.
Right. So we find out that his wife's pregnant, and he can't support the kid, and he feels terrible. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how I felt about humanizing the Joker. That was one of the things I know whenever I first read this, I was like, oh, I don't necessarily know if I like that, but...
When I first saw it, I didn't realize it was a flashback.
Oh,
I just thought they went to some kind of like
side
dark
story
apartment to introduce a new character, and then kind of once I saw that like he was a struggling comedian,
that's
it's
when
like,
you kind of...
okay, this is a flashback.
Mm-hmm.
But the wife laughed at something so odd. I still don't know why she laughed. He was talking about prostitutes on the street making more money than he does in a single night. Right. And she started laughing.
Well, I think it's like I can't remember, because remember, it's different. We had watched the adaptation. We didn't watch the first 30 minutes because it's shit and it makes no sense. So we're just gonna leave it at that. The Joker's got his carnival, his dark carnival, and Batman's trying to figure some stuff out when we meet the Gordons, and Barbara ends up having a bad day too. It's a lot of bad days.
Yes, the Joker went out of his way to prove his point.
He shot her right in the stomach and severed her spine, or did something to her spine, and then beats the shit out of Gordon, and then undresses her and starts taking pictures. I mean, there's no other explanation. That's it. I know some people thought that there was something else going on, but I don't think that's what happened. I'm just not even going to go there. We go later to the This part makes me laugh so hard, because whenever they actually did the adaptation, like they did the video of it, it was exactly how I pictured these guys sounding in my head. These two mobster guys that are just using the Joker, and they're all like, hey, how you doing over here? Check this out. How do you do? That's exactly what I thought they would sound like, and they did. So basically they're trying to get him to take him through the chemical plant that he used to work at. And they need to get to the playing card factory for whatever fucking reason.
Because the playing card factory has money.
Has like playing card money. So Batman goes to visit Barbara. So what did you, when you saw Barbara get shot, like, did you know about this incident, or did you knew she was paralyzed because of Oracle?
Yeah.
But did you know how it happened?
I actually don't know if I've heard how it happened. I've seen like some Batman movies where she was Oracle, but I don't know if I ever actually heard the story of how it happened until I watched the Killing Joke movie.
Right, the movie, right. they go to the carnival, and Joker's got some freaks. The whole freak show, the whole sideshow is there. Like the people from the posters that were originally there, they're there.
Yes.
It's like, how the Joker has the most amazing network to get people and get like anything it's amazing.
Yes.
The guy is fantastic.
For some reason, the entire sideshow all agrees to come and be demented with Joker. Like, none of them look like they have Joker toxin or
no.
anything.
And they strip down Gordon, and there was a part here where Gordon is walking. I'm going to put it up on the green screen. And I know that the black label had bat penis in it, had Genis. This has Genis in it. This has Gordon penis. It's the only thing I could think it is. Genis. All right. Well, the Joker's sitting on top of a throne of dead babies, but they're not dead babies.
Dolls.
They're baby dolls. That's what it looks like, though.
It's like a teacup throne.
Right, and they put Commissioner Gordon on a little teacup roller coaster ride. I know that ride's gonna be fun. Can only be fun.
And this entire time, there's just little persons have collars and shocking Gordon to get him to do what they want.
Yes.
So these three little people are just overpowering him.
Yep. So they go to the next flashback, and we find out that Joker is having even a worse day because there was an accident and his wife is dead. But instead of going to the hospital... And baby, unborn baby. Instead of going to the hospital, the cop's like, I'd stay here and have another drink. It's like, what?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's weird.
The two people are gangsters. You would think that cops wouldn't recognize them on sight, and they kind of walk right up to the table.
Right.
And don't mention anything about why you with these people, or like doesn't say anything to the other two people.
Right. And plus, like, that's one thing that the video did clear up, because the gangsters had like the guns, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "My wife's dead." And they're like, "Oh, geez, pal, that sucks."
Yeah, see you tonight.
Yeah, see you tonight. Oh, So Gordon is on his magical boat ride of roller coaster fun, and Joker has the walls lined with all the pictures that he took, and is making him look at it. That is horrific. It's terrible. You know?
Yeah, and Joker is ecstatic over it.
Trying to get him to go mad. But so I get, Batman's looking and going around asking if people have seen the Joker, trying to figure out where he is. I don't know why he doesn't look at the big giant carnival that's lit up out of nowhere.
Gotham's big place.
Yeah, but it's like the same, that's the only one downfall of Batman definitely has the best villains of any, people call it Rogues Gallery. They have the best villains of any character, and it's just like, dude, they go to like 4 different places. You go to Ice, where Mr. Freeze and Penguin are. You go to the Laugh Factory and the Chuckle Hut to find the Joker. That's where.
Crime Alley.
Go to Crime Alley to mourn. Batman gets an invitation from the Joker.
With a missions ticket to the carnival.
And it says, with compliments. And so they get Commissioner Gordon out, and he's just basically looks like he's gone crazy. And the Joker's like, put him in a cage. So we finally get to the part of the backstory that most people know about the Joker being the Red Hood and meeting up with Batman. And what is great about this, what is so awesome about this, is everything's in black and black and white except the red. Even the blood and the Red Hood cape and helmet. And there happens to be more security there than he remembered, or they beefed it up. And both the guys get shot. Both the gangsters get shot, and he takes off.
One just pushes out and says, "That's the leader."
Yeah. So Joker's running away, and Batman comes in. He's like, "There will be no more shooting. I am Batman." And they're like, "Hey, it's that guy, giant bat guy." It's just funny to see, but it's great how he drew the old Batman. Like the really, really old 1940s Batman. He looked awesome and scary.
Yes.
So we finally get the Joker. He jumps in because he's terrified of Batman. He's like, thinks that the devil has come after him. And he jumps into the toxin. The Ace Chemicals toxin that's magical in the DC world.
He jumped in with the intent to kill himself, though, right?
Here's the thing. I don't know. He jumped in with the intent of getting away from the big, giant, crazy person that dresses like a bat.
Yeah.
I think that's what he was doing. It's ambiguous, which is good writing. It leaves it to your imagination what is really happening. And that's how when we get into the ending, there's a thing like that. So he comes out and we finally get the Joker. The very amazing image of him gone completely nuts.
Yes.
Did you like that it was kind of like Batman, kind of like totally screwing him over by not talking and saying, "Hey man, just chill out," something, and he just kind of was like, "Hey, get the fuck away from me," and jumped into a vat of whatever it is.
If you think about it, Batman created a couple of his own nemesis.
Oh, he's created all of them. All right.
Not the females.
Maybe, yeah, Batman creates a lot of his own villains. He does. So we get an epic fight because Batman pulls up in the Batmobile. How'd you like the way the Batmobile looked? It has that, like, weird cat-looking Thundercat symbol on the front.
Yeah, it has a weird hood to it. And then in the background, you see the original owner of the carnival. He was Joker toxined and just sitting on a spring elephant for like a couple days.
Yep. So we get the fight with the Joker and Batman, and Joker hits him with a little bit of acid or something on his arm and gets the upper hand and runs into the funhouse, and Batman gets Gordon. And apparently Gordon didn't go mad. He wants Batman to go get him, but do it by the book. He said, we have to show him that our way works.
Yeah, he looks a lot older and
he definitely
rugged,
does.
But
he looks like he went through some shite.
Yes. I was thinking that if the Joker wanted to prove the point, he would need someone who wasn't a police officer, wasn't a commissioner.
It couldn't. It maybe not just a police officer, but someone as strong-willed as Gordon. If he could hurt Gordon and drive him mad, that would also hurt Batman. Because I don't think the Joker wants to kill Batman. I think he wants this cat and mouse game to continue all the time. But,
yeah, he thinks it's fun.
Yes. So Batman's going through the House of Mirrors, almost falls into a pit of spikes, and we get this weird Joker face while he's like behind the mirrors and like narrating everything. It just looks crazy. It's so weird.
Yes, it's the little lost puppy dog
Joker
face.
And then Batman jumps out of the window and throws him out, and we get an epic confrontation, man. I mean, the art in this is incredible. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's done really well. All the collars.
Mm-hmm. Looks great. And Joker pulls out a gun, and it's not loaded. It's the click, 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 bang, bang, bang gun.
Yes, he traded in the one that works for a toy.
Yes. This is the most remembered part of this. It's maybe most remembered, but not the most impactful, because I think the most impactful was Barbara getting shot and paralyzed. So Joker and Batman have this thing where Batman's basically trying to get him to say, hey, I can rehab you. And he's like, no, you can't. I'm too crazy. No. And then he tells this joke about a beam of light and some guy walking across it and a crazy person. You can read it yourself. But at the end, Batman starts laughing, and they both start laughing. And then he has his hand on his shoulders. People think that either A, Batman killed him, which I don't think because it doesn't make sense to what was set up before then, or they were just laughing hysterically together.
I don't think Batman would have killed him because Commissioner Gordon asked him not to.
Right. The thing that people, though, are bringing up is the original conversation, even though it wasn't the Joker. Mm-hmm. He was saying, I'm either going to kill you or you're going to kill me. And this, I can't remember what came first, if it was Killing Joke or Death in the Family, which we're doing next. But Robin either had just died or was going to die, and he was having problems with Jason Todd for a while. You know, the fan base didn't care for him, and he was kind of a prick. So, what was your overall impressions of the book? Did you like it?
Yeah, I really liked it. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
The artwork was amazing. I like to see what it compares to the other.
The original
book.
one?
It's not deluxe.
Right. The pencils are the same, except there's more shading, but the color, it makes it look like a different book. I mean, I was comparing like some of the first images, just like the first image in the book with this right here. Mm-hmm. This look is so much more detailed, but I know how purists are, and they want the original. They want the original, yeah. And I mean that's. I understand.
Joker was drawn very well.
Yes, I like the way the Joker looked. So I mean, out of 1 out of 5, what do you give it?
5.
You give it a 5? I give it a 5 too. Even though there was some things that I didn't care for, but that's like, you can't sit there and hold regular logic to something that you're supposed to read as an escape. It's my same thing with movies. I'm a guy that's easily pleased. I just want to be entertained. I stress from work all the time, and I just want to be entertained. I'm not a movie snob where it's like that film was not good. It's like, dude, I just want to see The Rock blow shit up, because if I want to see real life, I could just drive to some shitty neighborhood and see real life, which I don't want to. But I mean, it doesn't mean I don't like serious movies, though. There's stuff that I mean, I can understand when I'm seeing something that's like monumental and like, whoa, this is, good. But that'll be for another time. So
see, I always have questions.
Yeah, yes.
I'm like, how did the Joker escape? There's a guard in front of his door. They show him standing there. Mm-hmm. Is he always there? So how did the Joker get someone else in there and out and get them painted? And how does the guy keep the paint on?
Maybe he did the law-abiding citizen thing with, the movie with Jamie Foxx and the guy from 300, where he, like, got into jail and then had, like, in solitary confinement, had, like, a room behind there to go underneath the jail and get out.
No, you know what? The guy
Shawshank Redemption.
The guy who was impersonating Joker could have went in for a shift as a guard, went in and changed places with the Joker, and the Joker kind of works and then walks out.
Or we don't care.
No, I think about that stuff.
All right, hey, this was our first show. I know there's going to be a lot of mess ups and a lot of things that, we're going to get better as time goes on. I mean, it's the first one we've done. I may get better as time goes on. She might not. You'll get it. You're already better than me, so what does it matter? All right, hey guys, come back, like and subscribe. And we're going to announce this. Once we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to randomly give away some things. And one of them is going to be the Avengers Hickman Run Volume 3, which I know it stinks that it's not a Volume 1. The reason why is because I ordered the wrong thing. So we're going to give this one away because I'm a dick.
All right. See ya, guys.
Yep.